Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the NTA. I am Ogochkuka Ona. I hope you are enjoying your holiday. Thank you for joining us on the news. Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged Nigerians to embrace unity, peaceful coexistence and tolerance as key pillars for national progress, drawing from the lessons of Ramadan. He made a call in Maiduguri during a luncheon with Borno State elders and his schoolmates in celebration of Eid al-Fitr. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Members of the highly revered Borno Elders Forum here to celebrate with Vice President Kashim Shettima for the successful end of Ramadan fast and also appreciate his role in advancing Nigeria's transformation under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. Vice President Kashim Shettima called on them to support the administration's ongoing economic reforms, assuring that the short-term difficulties will yield long-term benefits for the country. The Vice President, who spoke through the member representing Maiduguri Metropolitan Constituency at the House of Representatives, Abdul Qadir Rahis, said there was a need for continued harmony among citizens.
I wish also so that we should all, at all times, maintain and build on this sense of unity, community, for our collective gain and progress as a people. May Almighty Allah protect the Vice President.
Vice President Shettima said President Tinubu remains committed to implementing policies that will create sustainable development, urging Nigerians to continue embodying the spiritual lessons gained during Ramadan as a pathway to national development. He enjoined the citizens of Borno State and Nigerians in general to always maintain threads of humility, communal living, and values which he described as foundation for national progress. Chairman of the Borno State Elders Forum, Gambo Gubuyo, expressed appreciation for the Vice President's hospitality and assured him of continued prayers for success in his duties.
I want Nigerians to emulate him, Nigerians to give him the maximum cooperation as he deputizes his boss, His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, while urging all to put all hands on deck to pray for the lasting peaceful coexistence of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Extreme gentleman, of high, immense character. And we are all proud of him, and everybody is proud of him to see, like I said, the faces of the people that have attended this wonderful event.
Other stakeholders urged Nigerians to rally round President Tinubu, stressing the need for continued prayers and support towards the implementation of the administration's policies for the improvement of the economy and overall development of Nigeria. From Maiduguri, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
To an average Nigerian, public holidays enable friends and families to bond together, with some traveling very far to show love and make the best of the day. The story isn't different in Abuja as Muslims celebrate the Eid al-Fitr holiday. Annie Daniels will tell us all about it.
These children are from the Kuje orphanage. They are here to celebrate Salah. From all indications, none of them noticed her presence.
We now also bring in our own children, our grandchildren, and neighborhood children to let them mingle with each other. They are not even going for the food, they are going for the toys.
Just like other children that happen to be with their parents, what they need is care, concern, love, and support.
The spirit of Salah is to bring people together and celebrate those that have and those that not have.
Indeed, the healing word is love.
I love to see them playing around and they're enjoying themselves.
I actually feel for the people that don't have parents that are here, because I have parents and I hope God will give them what they want.
I wanted to open my eyes. That's why I made up my mind I will come to Millennium Park.
The old, the young, everybody is relating well. So I'm happy to be here.
Sometimes we stay inside at home bored, so we just decided to come out here and just enjoy ourselves.
Abuja residents attest to the fact that most people are making the best of the Salah holiday. In Abuja, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
The 16th Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has described as patriotic the proactive approach of the Edo State Governor in addressing the aftermath of the Uromi disturbance that led to the death of 16 travelers. He was speaking during a Salah homage on Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf at the Kano Government House. Abdullahi Mustafa has the details.
Unlike in the previous years, the royal father arrived at the government house in a motor vehicle. Traditionally, it is used to pay Salah homage on the governor and convey the plights of the masses for government's action. Emir Muhammad Sanusi II, while congratulating Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf for his administration's development programs and projects, thanked him for ensuring peaceful coexistence in the state. He also commended the patriotic approach of Governor Monday Okpebholo of Edo State to the unfortunate incident in Uromi that led to the death of 16 travelers. Emir Sanusi stressed that the governor's response has helped heal the wounds of the affected families, demonstrating a commitment to both leadership and empathy. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf expressed gratitude for the emir's visit, acknowledging the valuable counsel and support provided by the royal father. He reiterated that such advisory guidance is essential to the state's continued development. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Families of victims of Uromi tragedy have joined Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf in commending the Governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebholo's compassion and solidarity towards them. This was as the governor paid a condolence visit to Torankawa community in Bunkure local government area of Kano State. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
Torankawa, a community in Bunkure local government area of Kano State, is grappling with sorrow rather than celebration of this Eid al-Fitr season. The usual joy of the holiday has been overshadowed by a tragedy as 7 of their sons were among 16 travelers murdered in Uromi, Edo State, while on their way home to mark the festive occasion. Yet, Torankawa's grief is not one they bear alone. In a gesture of solidarity, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo visited the mourning families alongside his counterpart Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State. Governor Okpebholo, who addressed them in Hausa language, promised not only that justice would be served, but also that the affected families would receive the necessary assistance during this difficult time.
So far, 14 arrests have been made, and the suspects are in police custody. Everything will be okay. By the grace of God. Thank you very much.
The visit was appreciated by the community, with local leaders, including the Emir of Rano Muhammad Isa Umar, expressing their gratitude for the compassion. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
And similarly, the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, has lauded the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for his swift and decisive actions following the tragic killing of travelers in Uromi, Edo State on March 27, 2025. In a statement by the Executive Director of CISLAC, Awal Musa, the organization expressed strong support for Governor Okpebholo's response after the horrific incident. The governor not only visited the bereaved families in Kano State to offer his condolences, but also assured them of his commitment to justice. As a civil society organization dedicated to promoting good governance, rule of law, and the protection of human rights, CISLAC strongly supports the governor's actions, especially the disbanding of unregulated vigilante groups that pose a serious threat to public safety and the rule of law. Now, the minority caucus of the House of Representatives has condemned the murder of 16 Nigerians in Edo State, describing it as barbaric. In a statement, the caucus says such brutal killings of innocent Nigerians in any parts of the country by lawless mobs must not be allowed to fester without decisive actions by the federal government. It implores all Nigerians to eschew jungle attacks on their fellow citizens, but utilize the services of lawful authorities to address security concerns. The Minority Caucus also urges the relevant tiers of government and security agencies to expedite investigations to apprehend the culprits and ensure adequate compensation is paid to the affected families. Now, in the spirit of Eid al-Fitr celebrations, the Yobe State government has extended a hand of kindness to Almajiri pupils by providing them with free Salah meals, ensuring these children are not left behind during the festive season. The gesture is part of government's efforts to promote the welfare and well-being of vulnerable children who often struggle to make ends meet. Yunusa Suleiman reports. Details of these reports in the course of the bulletin. And now, as the Eid al-Fitr celebrations wind down, Sokoto remains in a festive yet reflective mood. The joyous occasion has brought families, friends, and communities together, reinforcing bonds of unity, gratitude, and compassion. While some return to their daily routines, echoes of the celebrations linger, especially in recreational centers where children continue to enjoy the holiday spirit. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu takes it from here.
Sokoto State is alive with joy, gratitude, and devotion as Muslims around the world celebrate Eid al-Fitr. The Salah festival is more than just a religious observance. It is a tradition that strengthens community bonds, fosters unity, and promotes love and compassion. The NTA news crew captured some unique scenes in Sokoto during this period. Typically bustling commercial hubs such as Central Market and Kasuwar Dankura Market, known for their vibrant meat, fish, and vegetable trade, were noticeably quiet. The Shehu Kangio Secretariat, which is the administrative heart of the state, also reflected the holiday mood. What is usually a hive of weekday activity was instead calm and still, as government offices remained closed and workers stayed home to celebrate with their families. The major streets of Sokoto, often filled with vehicles and pedestrians, were unusually empty. Traffic was minimal as most residents enjoyed the festivities indoors. However, recreational centers told a different story, as children of all ages were seen in high spirit, laughing, playing, and creating unforgettable Salah memories.
I'm feeling so happy and joyful. I had to have some fun and to be happy.
In its full festive excellence, Sokoto embodies the essence of togetherness, reaffirming that beyond the prayers and celebrations, Salah is about people, love, and the joy of sharing. In Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
And now Dalhatu Abdullahi is in Sokoto, standing by to give us a closer look at the Salah celebrations and the post-festivity atmosphere in Sokoto. Hello, Dalhatu. How is the spirit of the season continuing to shape daily life in that city? Let's hear from you.
Well, good evening and welcome to Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. Precisely, we are in front of the Sultan's Palace. The whole declaration starts from the Sultan Palace on an annual basis and in fact on monthly basis. The Sultan Palace plays a crucial role in guiding the operations of the activities of the Muslim community across the country. From the 1804, that is 1804, when the jihadist Sheikh Usman bin Fodio came to this part of the world to start preaching for the reinstatement of Islamic values that were being covered by traditional and cultural values of the people then and here. We have the first Sultan, his younger brother, Sultan Muhammad Bello, who was the first Sultan enthroned in 1817. And from them to date, we have 20 Sultans, including the current Sultan, Sultan Muhammad Sa'ad Abu Bakr. The longest serving among them is his father, Sadiq Abu Bakr III, who served on the throne for 50 good years. To be precise, from 1938 to 1988, that is complete 50 years on the throne. So the moon sighting committee, that is the National Moon Sighting Committee, is the unit of the Sultan Council that feeds the Sultan on monthly basis on the beginning or the ending of any Islamic month. They are the ones who feed the Sultan with the report of sighting of the crescent moon, and the Sultan there directs the commencement of the Ramadan fast. And by extension, after the termination of the Ramadan fast, the same committee feeds the Sultan with the sighting of the new crescent of Shawwal to mark the ending of the Ramadan fast and the commencement of Eid al-Fitr celebrations.
Okay, thank you so much for taking us down the memory lane. So I asked you earlier, how is the atmosphere there? How is the holiday going?
Atmosphere now is still in festive mood and in holidays, because the holiday is for 2 days. And today is the last day of the holiday. The activities are low-keyed. Vehicular movements are not many on the roads in the town. Commercial activities, major commercial centers are under lock and key. To be precise, the Sokoto Central Market and the popular vegetable and the fish market. Other business centers are operating casually. So people are still enjoying their visitation and their relations to pay visits and exchange pleasantries. And the atmosphere is cool and calm in the central city of Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate.
All right, thank you very much, and it's good to know that the people are enjoying responsibly. Very, very heartwarming there. Thank you, Dalhatu. Now, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, forecasts that weather conditions in April will be hot across the country, with temperatures potentially reaching as high as 42 degrees Celsius in the northern regions of the country. In a statement, the agency indicates that these high temperatures will cause significant thermal discomfort across many states. It predicts that central and northern states will face a higher risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke, while southern states will also experience heat stress. NIMET further reports that coastal areas will see temperatures warmer than average, while central and northern states will experience slightly elevated temperatures. Rainfall is expected in coastal states such as Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Imo, Anambra, Cross River, and other southern regions. The Weather Monitoring Agency warns of an increased risk of malaria in southern states and parts of Kwara, Kogi, and Benue due to heightened mosquito activity. Additionally, there is a meningitis alert for the extreme north, where conditions are conducive to outbreaks. Heat-related illnesses, including heat exhaustion and heat stroke, are anticipated in the central and northern regions. All right, the news will now continue in our Lagos Network Center as we join Hingino, who has stories from that end. Hello, Hingino. Happy holiday.
Thank you, Ogochikuka, and welcome to Lagos. Imbibing the spiritual ethos of Ramadan as yardstick for every Muslim is the actual goal of the spiritual exercise. These are views of Islamic scholars and faithful as they fulfill one of the most important injunctions of Islam. Lanre Belei has details.
Ramadan is one of the defining moments of a Muslim, a time to express spiritual expectations. It is also a call to action to demonstrate the beliefs of Islam, grounded in the fear of Allah in a 30-day fast. With this obligation stated and understood by Islamic faithful, making this a standard of living should become the goal of every Muslim.
After Ramadan, let us continue to be our neighbor's keeper. Let us show good hands and good fellowship to our neighbors.
So goodness doesn't end with Ramadan. It's just the time to say, let's re-emphasize it.
These things that we did during the month of Ramadan should continue after the month of Ramadan. We should continue to worship God. We should continue to be of good behavior, to do whatever is
who made the spiritual awakening of Ramadan their everyday life, which they describe as an epitome of a true believer of Islamic faith. In Lagos, Lanre Bileyi, NTA News.
Now, one way of protecting the integrity of Nigeria's financial system is the strict compliance to declaration of cash above $10,000 at the nation's international airports. The Customs Area Controller in charge of Murtala Mohammed International Airport, John Harrison, has emphasized this. He says the agency has also stepped up surveillance to tackle illicit financial flows. Joel Bukola has the report.
Monitoring illicit financial flows into and out of the country is important for national security. It is also an important aspect of the Anti-Money Laundering Act. So relevant law enforcement agencies, particularly the Nigerian Customs, are tackling this via enforcement of the Anti-Money Laundering Directive on declaration of cash above the threshold of $10,000. Many inbound and outbound travelers that have breached this directive have been apprehended, with several seizures recorded to the tune of over $500,000.
We have taken steps to leave the forms at the counters of the airlines in order for every passengers to be able to avail themselves to declare their currencies and even equivalent other negotiable instruments of that value and above, like you have gold and other things.
Large chunk of cash like these foreign currencies have been handed over to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for necessary actions as part of the interagency synergy.
Always working together. At a point, I was even with the custom 247 in FOU. So we are one agency with a common goal, serving our country. I want to urge members of the public to be wary of this kind of act. The provision of the law is very clear.
The zonal coordinator of the commission says the agency will not relent in its quest to change the unwanted narrative to give Nigeria credibility among the Committee of Nations. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
We're done with our contribution from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Kaduna with Mohammed Umar Ajengi after this break.
In Kaduna, as Nigerians continue to celebrate the 73rd birthday of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a group of Islamic clerics in Kaduna have gathered to recite the sacred text of the Holy Quran, seeking divine protection and guidance for the president.
Continue to celebrate the 73rd birthday of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The people of Kaduna State have taken a unique spiritual approach to honor the occasion. These scholars, commonly known as Alarammas, scholars who have memorized the entire Holy Quran, gather to recite the sacred text in its entirety, seeking divine protection and guidance for the president as he steers Nigeria towards progress.
If God itself reforms every other day, we can't joke with reforms. And now one thing you must grant President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that he's a reformer. He's an audacious reformer. The decision of the Federal Executive Council to devote as much as 758 billion naira to clear all the outstanding pension arrears. You know, we shouldn't take this for granted.
May Allah continue to bless all our leaders, especially our president with wisdom, with the patience and the empathy so that he can lead us.
With the verses of the Holy Quran flowing seamlessly from their lips, they prayed for the president's well-being, long life and continued wisdom.
We also enjoin all other Nigerians to continue to fervently pray for a greater wisdom for the president so that he can continue to record laudable achievements.
They emphasize that leadership is a trust from God, and as such, it requires collective prayers and support from the citizens to ensure its success.
The Christian community in Kano has extended warm wishes to Muslims on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr Salah celebration. In their Salah messages, the Christian clerics and faithful urge Nigerians to use the celebration as an opportunity to promote unity, peace and prosperity across the country. Aminu Umar reports.
Eid al-Fitr, a joyous celebration observed by Muslims worldwide, marks the end of Ramadan. This festive period is a time for love, sharing and strengthening family bonds and friendships. As a gesture of goodwill and friendship, the Christian community in Kano has extended warm wishes to their Muslim counterparts, promoting unity and mutual understanding.
It is indeed a wonderful sacrifice, and now that it has come and gone, as we congratulate them, we encourage them to continue to hold fervently unto the Lord. We want to congratulate them for that long time of fasting. It is a time of seeking the face of God, and I'm trusting God that God have answered their prayers.
The Christian leaders urge Muslim faithful and all Nigerians to continue praying for the country's prosperity and peace, seeking divine guidance and overcome its challenges.
And I always say this thing, the beginning is the same, the root is the same. The Abraham in the Bible is the Abraham in the Quran. The David in the Bible is the David in the Quran. If you follow and read through, you will discover that the root is the same.
They also appeal to religious leaders to remain bold and faithful in engaging with leaders to promote societal betterment. In Kano, Amin Umar, NTA News.
Our contributions from this end nationwide continues with Ogo Chukwuka Ona in our Abuja studio. Ogo Chukwuka, over to you. Happy Salah celebrations.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Marajengi. Happy holiday. Now, 1st of April has over the years been characterized by felicitation of mischief and playfulness, which for some has led to fatality. Tagged April's Fool's Day, people play pranks on others to lighten tension and catch fun. But what is the moral justification in this age-long practice? Grace Anyaleke tells us more.
Origin is unknown. April's Fool Day, celebrated annually on the 1st of April, allows individuals to catch fun with pranks, ranging from simple jokes to elaborate hoaxes. With the pranks taking new dimensions every year, 2025 April's Fool Day coincides with Eid Fitr holidays occurring in the season of Lent, and one would only wonder the shape these pranks would take.
You are telling someone that her fiancé wants to divorce her or he does not want to date her again, and next thing you're saying April Fool after you've played with her intelligence, and the next thing she's crying. Is that what you want for your friend? There's much better things that we can do.
Our pranks must not be harmful. Our pranks must be for fun. Then our pranks must be to strengthen the bond of friendship.
Meanwhile, in recent times, offline and online, there has been a reduced tempo of April Fool cruise, and the question begging for answer is this morality at play?
We should always speak the truth. We should not tell lies for whatsoever reason.
Anything that is not in, like is not in what we are doing as a Muslim, we should not participate in it.
It's not really morally right to prank people, but it is okay if it's not too extreme.
Since it's a global thing, I'm not certain if the government of Nigeria can influence that policy to moderate the devastating influence on individuals that might be tricked to believe lies.
Though the intention is for fun, it is important to be respectful and ensure no one is harmed or threatened by the content of the pranks played on April's Fool Day. In Ibadan, Grace Anyaleke, NTA News.
And let's now join Grace Anyaleke in Ibadan, this time live, to know how the day is going there. Grace, were you by any means fooled today, and how did it go?
Yes, Ogo Chukwuka, I was fooled this morning by a friend who lives in the UK, who told me that he will be coming back to Nigeria with his family and would be returning to the UK. And I immediately remembered that today is 1st of April, so he was obviously pranking me. And because almost everyone knows about these facts that once it's 1st of April, it's April Fool's Day. So everyone is ready, knows how the day would pan out. And that element of surprise that the day carries is no longer there. But to now retain this element of surprise, people go overboard in celebrating the day. I have with me an entertainer and a content creator who will tell us about the moral justification of April's Fool Day. So, you're popularly known as Captain Temperature. What is the moral behind April's Fool Day?
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I think basically April Fool's Day is something that we have to. It came from. We have several stories behind the theories, poems, and different kinds. But then, because of what we find ourselves, the dispensation we find ourselves in the Nigeria today or the world today, where numbers and views count, so people got a little bit innovative and creative about it. So that is what I feel about this people now going overboard, doing pranks and other things. Of course, just sending a little message, from sending just little message to pranks now to being creative about it. Some people plan for like 3-4 months just for a single day. Understand? So that's what I feel. But I don't think it is a bad idea, because it's good for what what want to bring it out for, as long as they have a message for it, because of course there's also always a message, like you said the other time, somebody that so that's it.
As an entertainer, what goes through your mind in ensuring that the prank, the joke is harmless?
First off, is the message. I think for a material, we call it material in the industry, for a material to actually be worthy, of the success that is intended, I feel that it should have the message required. Of course, a material has to be a content has to be funny. It has to have the message, and of course, what you want to, what you want people to remember it for. So that's what I think about it, sir. Ma'am.
Thank you very much. It's past noon already, so Ogochukwuka, I'm sorry I won't be able to prank you anymore today.
Grace, thank you so much. And Captain Temperature, thank you so much for sharing your day with us. Happy April Fool's Day to both of you and to all our viewers out there. Thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you.
All right, now the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation has inaugurated 3 critical water projects in Benue State under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Usev, performed the groundbreaking ceremony in Boko. Charles Alba reports.
3 cardinal water projects approved for execution under the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President include flag-off of the rehabilitation and upgrading of the Buruku-Boko water supply project at Melado Headworks, abandoned for decades, rehabilitation and improvement of Wanone water supply project involving construction of 4 solar motorable boreholes and rehabilitation of existing water supply schemes and pipelines, and construction of the Ugbema water supply project, including irrigation schemes.
One of his key mandates is to boost food production, create employment, enhance the economy of this nation. We will take ownership of this project. We will protect this project. We will watch over this project. We will ensure that the originators of this project have no regrets.
This project is a monumental project. And for the president to award this contract, which is over 18 billion naira, underscores the importance that he attaches to the welfare and the well-being of the people of Benue State.
To provide a reliable and sustainable water supply system to meet the growing demands of the populace, to improve access to clean water, reducing the incidence of waterborne diseases, as well as enhancing overall quality of life.
The projects are expected to be completed within 18 months. From Wanone, Taka Local Government Area of Benue State, Charles Abba, NTA News.
And from Benue to Edo State now, where Governor Monday Okpewolo has inaugurated the Governing Council of Edo University IAMO and Board of State Commission of Persons with Disabilities. Goodluck Enaini reports that the governor also swore in members of the Edo State House of Assembly Service Commission, urging them to serve with the fear of God and to the benefits of the people of the state.
Be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That was the administering of oath of office on the chairman Edo State House of Assembly Service Commission, SG Igbas, and members of the commission who later signed the relevant documents. Also inaugurated are the Governing Council of Edo University IAMO and that of the Commission of Persons with Disabilities. Governor Monday Okpewolo charged the appointees to respect the people and discharge their duties in accordance with the law.
With you in our government, we begin to relate with others well. As a member, chairman of this governing council, we believe this will do very well. I also charge you to discharge your duty with the fear of God.
For the chairman of the newly inaugurated board and commission working in the administration of Governor Okpewolo is a privilege that will not be taken for granted.
To do all in our powers, God helping us to reposition Edo University to implement the transformative agenda by revamping the core mandate of teaching, research, and community service. We are dedicated to upholding the highest principle of transparency, accountability, and fairness.
With the help of this commission, all the physical challenges in Edo State were able to touch their life.
Some guests who witnessed the inauguration described the recent appointment by the governor as a right step in the right direction. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
Children are being hosted to a Salah party. Let's now join Asmao in our Sokoto studios for details of this and another story.
Ugo, good evening and welcome to Sokoto on Nationwide. The Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, has urged governors and security agencies to intensify efforts in protecting the lives, dignity, and rights of all citizens, regardless of their diverse backgrounds. He made the call during Salah homage to Governor Ahmed Aliyu, emphasizing the need for justice, unity, and security for the nation to move forward. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu reports.
The traditional Salah homage by the Sultan of Sokoto and President General of the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, came just a day after Governor Ahmed Aliyu paid a similar visit to the Sultanate Palace. Lamenting the recent incident in Edo State, the Sultan reiterated call for appropriate action against the perpetrators and emphasized the need for mutual respect and strict adherence to the nation's laws and order. He appealed to the people of Sokoto and other parts of the country to refrain from seeking vengeance against innocent citizens. The Sultan also commended Governor Aliyu's administration for its developmental projects and support for the vulnerable.
Loyalty is given 100%, not 99%. So loyalty is to the governor. He is the head of the government. So dole Muntian, I'm loyal to him.
He attributed youth involvement in informant activities to unemployment and poverty, pledging to sustain his administration's efforts in youth and women empowerment. The state will also collaborate with the Sultanate Council to eradicate street begging through the provision of accommodation and feeding for the underprivileged. Additionally, the three most revered mosques in Sokoto will undergo special rehabilitation, while cemetery attendants will be placed on a monthly stipend. In Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
It was a day full of fun, laughter, and celebration as NTA Sokoto Network Center once again hosted its annual Children's Salah Party to mark this year's Eid al-Fitr. The event brought children together in a vibrant atmosphere of entertainment and learning, with participants commending NTA for sustaining the tradition that highlights educational and recreational value among children. Sadia Omardigi has more on the joyous occasion.
The 2025 Salah celebration at NTA Sokoto Network Center was a spectacular blend of joy, culture, and entertainment, specially crafted for children. Dressed in vibrant attires, children alongside their parents and caregivers converge on NTA Sokoto premises, immersing themselves in a thrilling lineup of activities, from gymnastic display to camel rides and energetic dance performances. The event was a feast of fun and excitement. Beaming with excitement, children shared their joy, hailing management of NTA Sokoto Network Center for the unforgettable experience.
I come here to meet some friends to enjoy, and I've already enjoyed myself, alhamdulillah. We are feeling okay with this celebration.
Some parents also showered praises on NTA, describing the occasion as educating, enlightening, and entertaining. The Zonal Director, NTA Sokoto Network Center, Kailani Yusuf, reaffirmed the station's dedication to educating and entertaining people of the state through its various community engagement initiatives.
Celebrating today is we are trying to fulfill that part of entertainment by bringing in children to have a sense of belonging and also to enjoy themselves.
With a renewed focus on education and entertainment, NTA Sokoto Network Center has been bringing vibrant and impactful festivities as part of its corporate social responsibility to people of the state. In Sokoto, Sadia Umardigi, NTA News.
Those are the stories from here. It's back to Ugo Chukuka in Abuja for the continuation of the news. Happy holidays and of the news.
Hundreds of people in Ilesha, Osun State, have benefited from a free eye care and vision screening program. The program was organized by our former High Commissioner to Australia, Ambassador Ayo Olukomi. Femi Afariogun reports.
From the elderly who had lived with blurry vision for years to young students struggling to read their books, Ambassador Ayo Olukani provided comprehensive eye tests, prescription glasses, and consultation with specialists for free for these people. The program initially targeted to cater for 70 people to celebrate former High Commissioner to Australia, Ambassador Ayo Olukani, at 70, was later made to accommodate more than 100 people from Ilesha.
A lot of people are losing their eyesight due to poverty, ignorance, and carelessness. Even if it is 10 people, you are able to identify and that they can do something in terms of early detection. So that was what inspired it, going back to my roots, to do a good cause, a good thing for the people.
Families and beneficiaries praised Ambassador Olukani's gesture towards his people.
This program is really very nice, especially for the old people.
This is fantastic. It's a very laudable project.
Be a culture we should adopt instead of just eating and drinking when you are celebrating.
Diseases are all over the place, so we don't have to wait for the government to do all these things. It's something we can do as an individual to impact life and to touch lives.
Olukani served as a diplomat in Nigeria's foreign service for 35 years. He was also the former Director General at Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA. From Ilesha in Osun State, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
In any ongoing project lies not in momentary victories, but in the steadfast commitment to its continuous progress, where each step forward builds the foundation for the next. This is what played out as the President, Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, DEPOA, Ogogo Musa, inaugurated the Culinary Art Center to offer practical skills like food preparation and nutrition, as well as teach students about food sustainability, local ingredients, and entrepreneurship. The center, according to DEPOA, is opened to all for short culinary courses to empower and provide career path that aligns with passion.
For our culinary arts students from DEPOA Skill Acquisition Center, this is where they're going to also receive their training.
And I know a lot of people, a lot of students, people outside are going to benefit a lot from this place. Because a lot of people, because just this one might not be enough, but when we have more, it's going to help in different places.
For many students, this would be a life-changing opportunity to cultivate both their creativity and independence. Culinary Center, according to the POA, would provide invaluable skills, equipping students with a trade that can be applied in various sectors of the economy while nurturing their talents and fostering a sense of pride in local food culture. And up next is Sports Update with Gift George.